So yeah, today we'll talk about Ukraine again. So as we all know, the last update we talked about was Russia annexed a bunch of land from Ukraine. Ukraine declared it was illegal, and now lawmakers are split on Ukraine's attempt to join NATO. I don't think it's gonna work out because there's gonna be a couple of countries that are gonna reject it because they don't want war with Russia. Hungary's gonna probably reject it because Hungary is part of NATO. Poland. Okay, so yeah, because there was a lot of stakes and that are in play if yeah. Even Nancy Pelosi stopped sort of backing Ukraine's request for an accelerated accession to join NATO. No, okay, because we all know that if Ukraine joins NATO, America and Canada and almost all of Europe will be at war with Russia. Okay, and people say, well, it'll be easy. Russia has only 140 million, 144 million people. The rest of Europe basically has like 500 million people. And USA has 300 million people. And Canada has 42 million people. Okay. But Russia has almost 7,000 nuclear weapons. Okay. So why can't this Russia just nuke all of Europe? Okay. So would Europe, America, and Canada risk their own existence just to protect Ukraine? I wouldn't. I would just say no to this. I would say no, Ukraine. Our lives matter more than this, because you have to think about it. You're going to war with a nuclear power, a country that has 6,300 nuclear warheads. The United States has around 5,428. And of course, Russia's deployed missiles, those ones that are actually used, 1,588. It's not, most of the nuclear warheads are not even used. I actually didn't know that. But even then, 1,000 nuclear warheads. That's a lot of nuclear warheads. Okay. Okay. And the country with the third most amount of nuclear warheads is China. I think there's probably India and Pakistan. Then, yeah, but yeah, Russia has around 6,000. You have 46,000 nuclear warheads. 46,000. That was scary. That must have been scary to live in the 70s. 46,000 nuclear warheads. But yeah, you gotta think about this logically. Now, you know how Twitter will go about this. But we need to do it for Ukraine. We need to do it for, for Ukraine, to save Ukraine. But you're going to war with a country with 1,500 active nuclear weapons that can be activated at any moment. Of course, the USA has the same amount, but you really want to risk literally every European city, every major American city, every major American and of course Canadian city be blown up by a nuclear weapon because we decided to declare war on Russia for Ukraine because of NATO's, articles is. Yeah. Ukraine isn't really a democratic country. People always talk about how the left always talk about how Ukraine is such a democratic country. When Ukraine was literally jailing, when the leader of Ukraine was really jailing his own political opponents so he can have more power. Yeah, that's such a democratic country that country that jails their own political opponents because they want to see continue to have power. Yeah, Ukraine opposition leader and Putin ally under house arrest. And yeah, people say, well, he's a Putin ally, but you're still arresting the opposition of your main country. You're still arresting the main opposition of your country. It's just why. He's the main opposition to your own political party. And yeah, Ukraine is not a democratic country. Okay? When you literally have your own leader going after the opposition political party and arresting them. But yeah, they can call it democracy all they want, but I don't think Ukraine is a democracy. Ukraine is a country that lies about being a democracy. A democracy will allow everybody to have their own fair chance of having a voice. And if someone doesn't like a fringe political party, guess what? You don't have to vote for them. That's the whole thing about democracy. Whoever wins the most amount of votes wins. For example, if there's an extremist, for example, there's a Communist Party of America, and they only get like 0.1% of the vote. But even though communism is technically illegal in America, they're still actively participating in the democracy of America. Same thing if there was an alt-right party as well. Okay, they still should not be jailed because they're still an opposition party to the two-party system. Okay, that's what I'm saying here. I talked about both the far left and the far right equally, communism and the alt-right. They should still have, and of course, those supporters will still support the political party, but they still only muster a tiny bit of the political power, which they'll get basically is nothing, like 0.1% of the power of the country. But yeah, that's basically about this video about Ukraine. If Ukraine joins NATO, it will probably be one of the worst things to probably have ever happened in history. People will say, oh, well, why? Why is it? But again, I'll explain it, okay? If you skip to the end of the video, watch the whole video, okay? It's just that easy, okay? You're going to war over nuclear power. That's basically what it basically means. But yeah. And yeah, Europe and US put more sanctions also on Russia over the annexation of the four Ukrainian territories. I even think that, I even think that Russia is going a bit too far on taking land from Ukraine. First, there was the Donbass region, which again is mostly, a Russian separatist region. And now they just want to take 4 regions from Ukraine they don't fully control. And it's pretty unstable as a whole. So, yeah, that's the end of this video. Goodbye.